Welcome back to the channel. We're going to take a modern shot and try to make it look like a vintage shot from Texas Chainsaw Massacre using the film look, creator, and film damage. So let's check it out. So I got three nodes here. One says base gamma, the other one is film look creator, and the other one is film damage. So let's bypass all of these and we will go back to our modern shot. This is what it looks like when we brought it in. It's pretty bright. As you can see, there's lots of sun, peaks coming off the water here in the middle, and it does look like just a modern shot. So on our first node here, we went from this to this. And one important thing, if we right click, you can see I got a gamma checkbox here. I chose gamma stops 18% gray, and this is going to change how the gamma stops interact on this particular node. So if we even just change this back to timeline, this is what it would look like, versus if we go back down to gamma and go back to our 18% gray, you can see it crushes it down. So we went from right here with all this mid-range image and these very high peaks to kind of squashing everything down here, which was essentially bringing the highlights down to 3. I lowered the lift and did a little bit of gamma and took the gain down a little bit. And mainly it's this curve here. So we brought the highs down quite a bit. And then right here you could see we just brought everything down in general. So that is our first node set of changes. Not too drastic, but enough to start to contain the image as we're going for this sort of washed out bleach bypass vintage look. So on the next one is the same tool we used yesterday called Film Look Creator. And if we toggle that on and off, you can see the difference. So let's go through the parameters on this one. I just went with custom and I left it on cinematic with the film blend all the way up. I did change a little bit on the color settings, but mainly it's this bleach bypass. So right now it's at 651. So you can see as we slide it up, it goes from this kind of basic color scheme up to more of a just washed out kind of look. Now we did use quite a few of the other tools down here. I used split tone, so that's giving us a little bit more of the red coming through. I used vignette, which gives us those sort of darkened edges, which I showed you yesterday. We have halation on. So if we look sort of in the middle here, you're going to see in the highlights more. It's kind of giving this defocused, diffused effect. And then we have bloom enabled. And that's kind of doing a little overexposure on the rock and the highlights, sort of in this water area in the middle here. And then we have film grain, which gives it just a more of a film stock vintage look. If we turn our still on and split screen it, let's switch it over to side by side and we'll zoom in. And let's just look at the grain here as I toggle this on and off. So it's a little more soft and overall blurry here. I could probably take down, add some softness to it a little more here. Something of that nature. And that's it for the Film Look Creator, which took us to there. And then film damage, as you can see, if we enable this, gets us that nice washed out look. And if we compare it to the still here, it looks quite a bit more like we're in the same world here, especially from this side. So let's go through the film damage. This one has film blur, which I think worked pretty well. It was a little heavy-handed, so it kind of starts out a little more blurry. You can take it down, but I just did it to taste and sort of played that still and tried to look like, okay, how's the water looking? How's the focus looking? I did add a little bit of vignetting, which as you can see, if we adjust the focal factor here, just kind of gives it more of that squeezed in look. I just added a little bit. And then there's some dirt when that only really comes in during play. So if we play the image, you'll see some specks of dirt and damage. Probably not necessarily needed, but they were on. You can add more scratches and a few other things, and a moving scratch even. And then the global blend for everything was at 1. So on all these, I just left them 1.0. And that's pretty much it on how to get this vintage look here. It's kind of the bleach bypass and a little bit of the discoloration. So that's pretty much what I wanted to show you for today's video since we didn't look at the film damage yesterday. So film look creator, film damage, and then changing that gamma setting to kind of bring everything down to sort of a not so exposed look. All right, that's it for this video. Thanks for watching. As always, leave a comment down below if you got a video idea you want me to tackle, and subscribe if you like my content. Really helps me out. I'll talk to you guys on the next video.